just go there and like really preload the suspension really hard with the body and then just full gas and let the clutch go. Wow. It's the best feeling ever.
And welcome to The Dirt, a podcast about racing bikes off-road. From the Dakar to the dirt track, from the workshop to the winner's podium, we've got the goods, gossip, and a grip on the throttle. Let's get on the gas.
Let's get it. Woo! Unfortunately kind of small, but I think I made the best out of it. I got my old ramp jump back there.
Yeah, start before, like, when you said before super honestly that you love this place. Do you love it? I mean, like,
of course I do. I love my place. For sure I love my place. Why wouldn't I love it? Because I got everything I need. I got my trial sections, my jumps, got everything. Like, it's perfect. And I can ride every day. It doesn't matter which time, so.
And you helped build it, design it.
Exactly. I drove like the machines, the excavator and the front loaders. I built everything myself, so. It's my little dream yard, I would say.
Adrian Guggemos is not your average professional motorcycle rider. He doesn't really race, and he doesn't really compete. He's more of a showman, a motorcycle magician, a trickster, and his favorite trick is trials riding. He's built a career based on social media, bike shows, and generally just being awesome. Let's check out just where he got started.
Adrians Playground right here.
For sure. It's my playground.
Hi.
Hi. How are you doing?
Can we do the interview like this?
Huh?
Can we do the interview like that?
Should we?
Yeah, let's try one.
Well, then ask something.
Can you count to 10?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hey, when's your mom's birthday?
Whoa! 17th April. I was just thinking how many hours I spent here, probably like, I don't know, half of my lifetime probably. And it's funny, on the trials bike it doesn't get boring, you know, because you can just change up everything. Like you can have one rock and you can do like hundreds of different variations of tricks with it. So I think that's the cool part about it.
What do you actually want to go do right now? What do you want to go
check out? I want to check out the ramp if I can jump it. Or yeah, let's check out the ramp. Probably the landing's a bit muddy, but yeah, let's just go check it out.
Your mom made this cake with apples from your garden.
Yeah.
Can you show me that cake, man?
For sure. Check it out. Yeah.
Cool. Wait, let's get over. Should we start the real interview?
Let's go. I'm ready. I'm waiting. Waiting for you guys all day, yeah? It all started when I was 7 years old. Actually, before that, I was already riding bicycles. Broke a frame before I was 6 on my bicycle because I set up some jumps back there in the forest, and yeah, that's how it all started. And riding stairs and stuff. And actually, we do have a moto trials club in our town here, and we were just passing by on the bicycles, and yeah, for sure, if you're a kid, you want to see what's there. And then we went in there and they had like a 50cc bike for automatic, like for children. And once I was on that bike, I think it was like, I don't know, how do you call that? Just like addiction or something. They just couldn't get me off the bike. And then that's where it all started. It was super fun. So my background is for sure moto trials. I always wanted to do different stuff, like not ride this exact section and like practice that one double step or whatever, or that one technique. I just wanted to have fun, like jump, do wheelies and entertain people, and yeah.
And who were the people who really helped you get on the bike?
For sure my dad, because yeah, as we were passing by that trials area, like he was the one that made it all possible for me. So my parents for sure, like getting the first bikes, you know, that's really...
And he was a rider himself.
He was riding, but not. Yeah, he was riding on the road and stuff like that. And he wasn't riding trials, so he was following me on foot for the first 2 years, and then he got sick of that. So then he started riding too. That was pretty cool. I think when I was like 11 or 12, you get to a level where you can like do jumps and hops and stuff, and that's when like I don't know where it spreads apart, I think. And
Dad never learned to backflip.
no, definitely not. But yeah, it took me really long to learn the backflip. Actually, I had a lot of struggles learning. Like I had a mental blockage that I couldn't go straight back. I could do 360s and all different kind of stuff. That's way technical, way more technical.
It's so hard, man.
Yeah, I know, and it was easy for me, but I couldn't go straight back. The secret to the backflip, I can tell you the secret how I learned it, and that's like I said, if I go sideways, I never had a problem. And then I started into a foam pit actually, yeah, at Emanuele Angios, that's the Italian guy who helped me out with that. Super cool guy. And then I just started to do like the 360s, like more like flippish, like every time a little steeper. In the end, I was doing like backflips, but with my head sideways. So that's how I learned it. And then I had like the feeling, okay, it's not that bad. I can stay on the bike. It's easy. And then I just pulled straight and it worked. You just go there and like really preload the suspension really hard with the body and then just full gas and let the clutch go. Wow. It's the best feeling ever.
At the beginning, did you know you would be a trial specialist? Well, first of all, do you consider yourself a trial specialist? I think of you as a trial specialist. I know you ride in other disciplines, but when I think of you, I'm like, he's a trials guy.
I think right from the beginning, I always had the vision like I want to be like one of the best trials riders ever. And then the direction changed a bit. In the beginning, it was competition. Like I want to do that because then I saw who was it back then. I think even Adam Raga. You know, he's a Red Bull athlete from Spain. He's still riding actually. It's incredible. Huh? And yeah, I wanted to go that direction, but I think being in Germany is also helped for that decision to go another direction because like almost all the top riders, if you look at the results, are like Spanish or French or something because they can ride all the year. And here in winter, it's like you can't really ride at all. Like you can ride, but you cannot really practice. Like at some point, it just changed, and I wanted to do it to have more fun and even to bring new, like how do you say that? Like something new to the table, you know, just not stick to the old trials sections and just do new stuff.
What do you think of traditional trials riding versus what you do?
I think they should probably loosen up a bit and with the rules.
Do you mean like the pants?
No, the rules, the rule book, because that's when it started. Like, wow, how old was I? Maybe 12 or something, and then they started to put more rules. Like then you had like a certain time you have to finish the section. Then like nowadays it's like it's non-stop. You're not allowed to stop in a section, and like it's just so many rules. Just let the guys ride and have fun, you know. Just I don't know. It could be so much cooler. I mean, it's still cool, but if you watch the outdoor races versus the indoors, like the outdoors is I don't get it. Like the indoors, they can hop backwards. They can do whatever they want. They have the time. It's so cool. It's like a show, you know. It's really entertaining.
Have you ever thought about jumping into some of those competitions?
Not really. Like I could imagine doing indoors because that's more like our trials area. It's all like built, you know. It's not natural terrain. It's all built with excavators and machines. So it's super technical stuff. So it's really indoor style, and that's what I was riding all my life. So definitely would want to go in that direction if I would do a competition.
What could be some other ways that we can make trials really, really cool again? Like
we could do like a perfect mix, and it's more like, I don't know, did you heard about Red Bull Imagination from Tyler Berman? Like in that direction, but more technical. Like they do like big sends and like super cool sends and like big tricks and jumps with 120 feet or whatever. But I could imagine doing like, you know, like a skate park or some more like BMX-ish stuff on the trials bike, because it's handling so good, you can do whatever you want. So it would be like small jumps, maybe some, just wall rides and technical stuff. That'd be such a cool format, I think, to put together.
We need a name for it.
What do we call it? Trials Revolution or something. It's like a game.
Not bad, actually.
Yeah. It's hard to describe, but if you haven't seen a trials race in real life, you should definitely go and watch. And if you can, should be a world round. I think trials should be the base, or is the base for every two-wheel sport. Because like the amount of body control, coordination, bike control, the feeling you get for the bike, you won't get that in any other two-wheel sport. I love it. That's probably, I didn't tell you that, but like I was riding bicycles until I was 14ish or something like that, and then I stopped completely. Like I didn't ride bicycles at all. And now we're back with the e-bikes, and it's just, I don't know, it's just, it's like how do you call that?
Reigniting.
Yeah, it's like reigniting like the whole feelings I had back then and the fun we had. And now, I'm riding this one, the EC11. Just having so much fun lately. I spent so many days, actually until yesterday in Selden in the bike park. It was season ending already, unfortunately, but it's such a weapon. And even like the e-bike is the cool part about it, I think, because now if I do the lap in my first home trails, I do 3 laps in the same time I did 1 lap with the normal bike, so
That's cool.
3 times the fun. So that's really cool. And definitely.
What's the story there?
The number plates. So actually, my background is trials. And then I think it was 2010, when I was 17 or 16 years old, I had a sponsor who was like, he had a motocross race team. And then it was in the winter season, we have like a ADAC SX Cup. It's like a supercross, arena cross type-ish cup. And he had actually a spot and asked me if I want to go race the 250 class. And I've never been on a motocross bike in my whole life before that. So he actually gave me a ride. I rode 7 times. I rode a motocross bike 7 times before entering my first supercross race. And it was like I was riding all the corners standing up as a trials guy, but like I was never scared of the jump, so that was really a good thing for me. But it was a super cool experience, and I ended up racing 3 seasons in the Supercross Cup. Good fun.
All right. And what about those?
They're super retro. Like that's from the trials days back in competition time.
Can you take one down?
For sure. So that's probably the most iconic one. I always I have like a nickname. I was George Goonie because I was always goon riding. That was like 11 years ago when it was still cool. But I did that on a trials bike, and so I got the nickname George Goonie.
What is goon riding?
Like probably pretending that you can't ride, but you can ride. Okay. I'd say. Okay. But
what happens if Instagram dies?
I don't care really. I just want to have fun, like do my thing. I want to do cool videos, and it doesn't matter on which platform or whatever. I just want to do cool stuff, and definitely want to do bigger projects. Like one dream would be X Games Real Moto, to get a spot for Real Moto.
Okay.
You know that competition?
Yeah.
Where you get like 90 seconds to make like a cool clip. I got so many crazy ideas in my head.
What's the biggest challenge? Like what has been the hardest part of your career?
Hardest part? Probably my hand injury. Broke it so bad, and it's even the clutch finger. So that was actually while riding motocross. The whole finger was ripped apart, and like here I broke I'm not sure what it's called in English, but it was shattered like many pieces, and then it was really complicated to get it back together.
When was that? You ever think about it?
Yeah, I still feel it, like really? Movements still, and if I can't do a fist.
That's as close as you can get?
No, like it's twisted.
That's your fist. You can't move that finger off.
I can if I push it there, but not really good. But it's.
I got one too. Look, see it. Just
but
basketball.
Actually, it's even better because you see that how it goes to the outside. so the lever, like the leverage on the clutch lever gets bigger, so the clutch is easier to pull.
Your injury is the silver lining on your injury.
Exactly.
In some ways, it helps you out.
Tuned it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Have you ever thought about having a real job?
Probably not, no.
Did you study?
Yeah, no, I finished like the middle school, and then it went straight into shows. Like in the beginning, I was traveling a lot into Italy and France, and did a lot of shows there. And then that's actually we stopped like my journey, huh? So yeah, then like all started out with doing shows, and doing shows for other guys. Like they booked me for shows, blah blah blah, and then slowly I built my own setup, my own ramps, my own trailer, and everything, and then I could do my own shows, and that's where it all started for me, going into the right direction. And my dad helped me a lot, building the setup and everything, and then like we had a brilliant idea with my girlfriend. We shot the first Instagram clip that was viral. That was like a Moto Trust game. Maybe you have to cut it in, because that was like a 50-second clip or something, just me doing tricks with her standing there. And that's what I meant, like the people, you know, if I would have done the tricks on my trials area or something, nobody would care, because thousands of people, you just do it and nobody can relate to it. But if there's a person standing and you break to her like that close or do a bunny hop over her, it's like, oh my gosh. And that video blew up like crazy. And then we did that. Actually, after that, we got invited, or like I got messaged by RTL, that's like a TV production for like the Super Talent. It's like the Germany's Got Talent version, like it's called the Super Talent. Then we went there, and it was super cool. Like, and fun fact, I'm actually riding GASGAS for 15 years now.
Really?
15 years.
You've been a 15 years long GASGAS rider. What has the transition like been? Is it cool that I got into KTM?
Definitely. Like, that's like the best opportunity for the brand, because now we have so much more develop, how do you call it? R&D stuff, you know, like all the know-how, and like, it's like a real company now, like a real brand. Like the trials companies, they're like super small. It's like almost garage style manufacturers, you know, and now having that everything into trials, like I think it's gonna push the level up a notch.
Trials is always this kind of like specialized kind of thing. Like, and now, do you think trials can go more mainstream?
For sure, and it should, because people need to learn like that it's not only the competition side, it's also the fun side. And trials is so enjoyable. Like for any rider who, like when we had the tour this year, the United Enduro Tour, we had people that never rode a trials bike before, and everybody was loving it because it's so easy to do. It's hard to learn, but once you figure it out a little bit and you make the first progress, it's so much fun. Certain techniques, you know, if you learn how to use the clutch on a step or something like that. And that was super cool. And I think...
Are people scared of trying trials bikes?
I think, yeah. I think they are.
Like when normal dirt bike riders or normal motorcyclists look at a trial bike, they're like...
They're not cool. Where do you sit? I think that's the obvious one. But they should just try it. And it's so, you know, you can go ride trials for, if you got 1 hour, if you got 2 hours, I don't know, in the afternoon or in the evening after work, you can just go trials riding. If you go motocrossing, you need like a whole day or a half a day at least to get everything ready, to pack up, to ride to the track, to blah blah blah, do anything. It takes like a whole day.
As a multidisciplined rider, like, how does that help you? Do your trial skills help you?
I think my trial skills is just helping in any discipline, because you just have that control over the bike, and like, you know how to react even in certain situations and stuff like that. So that helps mountain biking, that helps motocrossing, enduro. Enduro is quite like trialsy. Like all that you see, like all the top enduro riders are trials riders. So yeah, that's definitely the best background for that.
Talk a little bit more fundamentally about the skills, balance, or speed, or clutch controllers. Just keep going on it a little bit. Yeah.
So basically, I think trials is like the skill set you build in trials is just reusable in any other tool sport. I would say it like that. And that's not just like the clutch control or like the feeling. It's just in general everything, because and like you really learn to listen to the bike and what it's doing, and like it's because a trials bike is so sensible, like you feel everything, like every bump, like everything, and it's really like that you learn how to react or adapt to the bike and like work with the bike and not against, not let like. I think a lot of riders in enduro are just on there, they hold a pin and they go up a hill or a step, and they're letting the bike do the work instead of like helping the bike with their technique.
Do you really feel, are you at a point where you feel like the bike is just an extension of your body? Like you know where the wheel is the same way you know where your big toe is, kind of thing?
For sure. Like just like so many people tell me that if you just, they always tell me like if I look at your videos, it's just like you're one with your bike.
Is that what you have to do to be a good trials rider?
Yeah, probably. I think becoming one with your bike, yeah, for sure. Because like, yeah, it's just like a little kid skiing or something, you know. It's just, you don't really have to focus on it. It's just, you just do it. Like I don't have to focus on pulling my clutch or doing that or that. It's just, I just look where I go and then, yeah.
Cool.
That's how we do it. That's how we park and then wash our bikes.
Adrian Guggemos, a moto magician on a mission to make trials the most incredible show that it can be. A mission at which he's already succeeded. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Dirt. Now, get on the gas.